Hey, it's been a while since I last did this, but we're gonna make a tier list video on the Zenless Zone Zero characters. The last time I did tier list video was about Wuthering Waves characters, and most of these characters that I play in Wuthering Waves, I haven't tested out yet. So it was a very bad tier list. I even give Rina at the lowest tier because to me, I think of her design, she's very bad design. But let's get to Zenless Zone Zero. Sorry. And Zenless Zone Zero for me right now, currently, I'm enjoying this game. This game is amazing. The replayability in this game is amazing. I love the Hollow Zero. And I've tested out most of these characters as well, except for Ellen Joe. Ellen Joe is a character that I wanted, but I have to choose between Zuon and Ellen Joe. And Ellen Joe, well, I think her gameplay is also nice, okay? But we'll get to her, For now, we're gonna go to the standard characters right here. We're gonna start off with Soldier 11. And we're able to play her through the Signet Search. As we go to the wishes right here, we go to wishes, we're able to click the menu right here and we can choose her. So I'm gonna play her real quick and we'll see if she's gonna be fun or she's gonna be trash. But to me, when I play her through her mission, I think she was amazing. So let's get to it. Alright, when using her skill, we can continue using the elemental burn. Like, she burns really easily and it continuously hit elemental anomaly to the enemies, right? It's very nice playstyle, it's very fun, it's very fast compared to Anby. People like to say that she's exactly the same as Anby, but her AoE is quite bigger. It's much more fun. I'm enjoying this. I wish I get her. I wish I lose the 50-50 to her actually. Because as of now, the Shinyu defense needed some fire characters, and she's like one of the few fire characters in this game. Alright, so if I have to give her in a tier list, I would definitely put her in A tier. I wouldn't say S tier because a lot of people have said that her DPS scaling isn't the very best. That is completely understandable, so we're gonna put her there. Right here, okay? I think she's fun. If I have to say fun factor, her slashing and dicing, I would say S, but we also have to compare someone like Lycaon and Zhu Yuan. Lycaon is very good. It's a heavy attack DPS, I would say. Like, you have to hold his basic attack over and over to get the elemental, and he's just really nice. He stunned the enemies really fast. So if we have to compare someone like Lycaon, Lycaon would immediately go to S. This is someone that I've already tested out, and Lycaon is definitely above Soja 11. Soja 11 is right here. She's really fun, don't get me wrong. I would love to lose my 50-50 to her. She's very good, and I love Fire Unit. I always think Fire Unit is one of the best in the game, but I also have to think about her damage scaling, what every other people have said, because I don't really have her, so I have to take the information outside of my own. Okay, let's get to the 4-star right here, Soukaku right here. I think she's a great unit as well. As a matter of fact, she's also a buffer, and you know how buffer goes in all these Hoyoverse game. We can talk about Bennett, for example. Bennett is one of the best character in Genshin Impact. Soukaku is very similar in that way. You just use her skill. Okay, you spam her skill quite a few times, and then you just get buffed to all your squad members. It's very easy. I would put her at S as well. She's gonna be playable for a very long time. Very long time. Okay, let's get to... damn it, what's her name again? Let me check this real quick. What is her name? She's not even here. She's not even here. Okay, the pizza cutter girl. Okay, the pizza cutter. I think her gameplay is very interesting. You can mash button. I like mashing buttons, and then you get to hurt the enemies constantly. But the problem is her damage is quite low. And if I have to think about fun factor design, I mean fun factor, I think she's really good. Spamming buttons in this game is very fun to me. But her design is quite terrible, and her damage is bad. So I'm gonna put her as C tier. There is no D tier here, because I think everybody should just be at that level. Okay, let's try Rina real quick, okay? Okay, let's try Rina. I don't really remember when I was playing Rina in the Lycaon quest, because I just used Lycaon throughout the whole thing. But I remember that using Rina, you have to be very obstruct. You have to be strategizing your movement. And she's very good with Grace, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I remember now that I don't like her movement that well. Oh yeah, now I remember, because in Wuthering Waves we have this character named Anchor, and I dislike her playability so bad. Like, I mean, yeah, she can hit far away, it's nice and all, but There is something wrong with her, like moving her around. I don't think she's a DPS unit. She could just be okay. If I could be wrong, but if she's like a character that you use skill and then swap characters, then wow, she's a good unit, right? If she gets buffed like that, which I'm going to check right now, if there's a possibility to check the characters real quick. I do not think so. No, there isn't a way to check the characters. That is unfortunate. Let's check the website again. It's much better this way, right? Like we're gonna read through what Rina can do. I do think she's a buffer, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, she is. She does use energy regen set. She does support her team members, squad members. Right over here. Upon activating the skill, the other squad members recover 10 energy. The next character to switch in recovers an additional 20 energy. So she's a character that gives energy to her team members. It's not bad. It's not that great either. I feel like this unit, when it comes to energy giving, I mean, it can be power crept very easily. I think we have enough energy. When I was using Zuan, I barely need energy. I can just hold her basic attack over and over, and then I quick swap to a different DPS. Zuan is a sub DPS, but using her alone, I never have a problem where I don't have enough energy. Which is also the same for Grace. I spam, use skill, spam at basic attack, and then use skill. I never had the energy problem. Anton. If Anton is in the team, I always constantly have full energy. So Rina to me right now is feeling a little bit underwhelming. Okay? It's feeling a little bit underwhelming. So I'm gonna put her in a B tier. I know I'm gonna get and I'm gonna get trashed out here, but she doesn't seem that great. And we all know Ellen is one of the best DPS in the game right now. Ellen is a really good DPS. She's not a sub DPS. You might have to stay on field a bit longer compared to Zuan. And it is a bit early to go to Zuan, but Zuan is also a DPS, and she's just really fun to be honest. She's really good, and her playstyle is very easy. Hold her basic attack, use her skill, and then you get crit rate. Over 30% crit rate. That is an insane amount of crit rate. Your damage will constantly crit. She's easy to build. She's just really fun. I would say she is above Ellen. That's why I didn't pull for Ellen, and instead I have to choose between her and Zuan. She's incredibly easy. When I get to play her to the mission, one of the missions, well, I made up my mind way back then already. Okay, let's go to Anton. Anton is a character that I constantly use in every team with Grace. He is, well, when it comes to energy, he never had an issue. Well, I'm just gonna put him next to Rina. Anton is somewhat of a DPS slash sub DPS. You have to stay on field with Anton quite a while. You use his skill and then you spam mash button on the basic attack over and over, and then you swap to Grace or Rina. It's up to you, right? 4-star DPS never goes well in any games. In any gacha games, 4-star will be power crap if they're DPS. Bigger ban. So ban here, I never use him. I have no rights. I might just make a okay, never use. So I'm gonna choose bigger ban. There's never a chance for me to actually build ban. I want to build ban, but the artifact sets, the driver disc that I have for him is just not much. I can't really build ban to his full potential right now because I have a character like Lycaon, I have a character like Grace, Anton, and then right now I'm building Zuan because she's much more useful. Ether is much more useful right now in shield defense compared to bigger ban. Okay. Koleda. So we play Koleda for a bit as well. I think it's like a first few mission as well. The thing about Koleda, she doesn't do, the same amount of anomaly damage like Soldier 11. Soldier 11, you use skill and then you get the elemental damage. Koleda, her basic attack is physical. Her skill damage is fire. I know she's really good with bigger band, but to me, I feel the fun factor in using Koleda is very clunky. Okay? Plus she's a lolly and that's a huge downgrade for me. Grace. Spamming her was really fun. Spamming and bashing my buttons for her is really good. Her AoE is very wide. When you use her skill or just basic attack in general, it hits the people far from the back. Very, very far. And then using her skill, most of the enemies will get shock effect. And I think that just shows how good of a unit Grace is. It can stun the enemy at all times. She's a very good unit. I put her at A. I think she's very fun as well. Okay, no, not that. She's very bad. Okay, she's not good. She's free. She's there. You can use her. You can build her. Her design looks okay. Let me just show you this real quick. Well, this might get some people angry, but who cares? I want to talk about Anby real quick. Her 2D design looks fine. Her 2D design looks fine. She looks nice. She looks cute. I don't know how they fucked her over. I mean, look at her face. When I look at her in game right here, she looks completely different. Her 2D, I mean, her face is very how do I say? It's very oval-ish. You know what I mean? Because when her 2D design, if we go to her 2D design right here, she looks well a perfect circle. Her face. She looks cute. She looks like she has a chubby cheek. I don't know what happened to her face. She looks very weird in game. Okay, enough about that. Nekomata. So I have an issue with Nekomata. She's just not fun. I hate her burst. I hate her model. I just don't like lollies in general. And she's a physical unit. Does anyone like physical unit in any game at all? I know Zenless on Zero. It doesn't matter much if you're a physical unit or elemental, but come on, you know, she's just not that great. But her weapon though, I mean, her weapon give crit rate, which is kind of nice to be honest. Still, I just couldn't like Nekomata. Her playstyle is very flashy. I remember very well of that. We get to play her a very long time because her mission for some reason is very long. Billy, I couldn't like Billy. I think when you first start the game and you get to play him and you just wow, this is the game that we're gonna be playing, right? He's very fast. He moves a lot, but the way he shoots the enemies, he seems very clunky. I mean, mashing buttons is fine, but I feel like he misses some shots here and there, right? Okay, we're not gonna go to Wise and Bell, obviously. Nicole, I think people have said a lot of good things about Nicole, but I'm gonna put her at B. I don't think her design is good, but I know that her playstyle is very well. It's not that bad as I wanna say it is. You know, I'm just gonna put Billy down here because I don't really test Billy that much. So do I have the rights to say anything about him? Probably not. Lucy, I'm gonna put her Lucy at B tier. Another support unit, maybe even A tier. Okay, let me just show this real quick. And by the way, she's a lolly. I don't know why all these characters are lolly. I hate it, but it is what it is. And this character is actually not that bad. And it's because she has this one thing called the cheer on buff for the guard boards is increased by 180%. Okay, the cheer buff, cheer buff. Okay, cheer on. After using add special attack, when a guard board triggers an explosion, it will apply the cheer on status on all allies, bamboo and the guard boards themselves. Okay. While under the cheer on status, allies attack increased by 18.6%. Okay, I'm only at 7 right now. Okay, 7 out of 12 of my upgrade, and if I can get her at C6, that would be insane. It will be mind blown. She will be one of the best units. She could be another Bennett as well, like Soukaku, just as much. She buff attack increase about like what 30% probably at the max. Who knows? I didn't get her at max yet, but that is very good. Okay, it is amazing, and she's gonna go a long way. I think she's gonna be great. I might just put her here, but I don't like her design compared to Sakaku. Like her design is very nice, even though she's a lolly as well. But she has this demon-like feature, and she wears a mask. She looks really cool. Never played her, never tried her, never gonna play her. She looks weird as hell. Gonna put her there, and that's about it. Okay, this person name is Piper, right? Never gonna play her. She looks awful. She looks terrible. Jinyi, not gonna pull for her. Jane Doe, have to skip for her because do not have enough pulls right now. The guy probably is gonna be with Jane Doe, who knows. Miyabi looks amazing. Seen her gameplay. Will pull. I'm gonna save for her. Hopefully she comes after Jane Doe. We'll see. I'm very excited for the future of Zenless on Zero. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you again. Bye.